Being the first-time drag king can be a transformative and empowering experience. My first time performing as a drag king in 2011 in Melbourne certainly was. And later in Sydney, I was introduced by a mutual friend and drag king, that guy Steve, to Chris. And it was while performing in a drag king group filled with bromance and fun that we fell in love. So being a drag king can allow you to explore new aspects of your gender identity, expressing yourselves in new creative ways, and it's a great way to connect with a supportive community of performers. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some of the kings of joy themselves. I wasn't sure if I would ever get to find a creative community like this. However, this experience surpassed my wildest expectations. For the week after the performance, I felt ecstatic. I never thought I would do anything like this, but we did it. I've made friends, found a creative outlet for my gender expression, and found a community to support my gender journey, says Jim Junkie. And as one of our Kings of Joy, J-Star, says, kings that take together, stay together. Going through a shared experience together creates a bond that you never get over. And having the safety net of the group means that you're supported and you're being supported every step of the way. Zaddy Be Cool says, before working with Danica and my beloved Kings of Joy 4, I loved being in drag, being around drag kings and watching drag king shows, but I couldn't even start to envisage how I could be on stage myself. Working with Danica helped me develop, express, and fully embody a part of myself. She created such a safe space where we all have our individuality embraced and celebrated while creating a strong sense of belonging in the group and to the group, and each being a critical part of the group. That is such a rare and precious quality. Thank you, Mother of Drag Kings. I can safely say deciding to participate in Kings of Joy was one of those defining life moments, and I am so grateful I took the leap. The process of self-discovery. The process of creating a drag king persona involves choosing a name, developing a backstory, putting together a look using clothes and accessories, and practicing your performance. And this can be a fun and exciting journey of self-discovery as you experiment with different identities and styles. Some discoveries may even surprise you. Alexandra the Great said, there's been a lot of growth in my journey of self-love because of this experience and the realization that my inner king is far from shy. Many kings go on a gender journey they didn't even know was there to explore. In delving into our own cultural heritage, looking at masculine archetypes and even stereotypes, there is a lot to uncover about how you'd like to express your drag king persona. It's not often we get to explore our own masculinity in non-toxic expressions and fall in love with parts of ourselves that arise. When carving out the statue of David, Michelangelo famously said, I chipped away at everything that wasn't David, and David appeared. It's a liberating experience. Boy Michael says, I overcame a lot of fears around my gender expression. Getting to know Boy Michael, my drag king persona, was like a new love affair. I was shy and I really wanted to be the best person I could for them. Through the weeks of training and the acceptance of the group, it felt like coming home. Now he is very much a part of me, and I'm not only more at peace with my masculinity, but also my femininity. I'm excited about where this can take me and how I can share this not only through performance, but in my everyday life and with those who love me. Many kings find a new level of acceptance, both within themselves and within the community of Kings of Joy, no matter how edgy or weird you think you might be. Even if you're an outlier, there's room for everyone. Martin Van Tasnel says, I'm so happy I met these kings and been so accepted for showing my weird, nerdy, gender fluid self. I really thought I might have to restrain myself to fit in the group, but Danica and the others were so accepting of my elf ears, glitter, and wizardly ass. Kings of Joy was the first step in finding an incredibly wholesome community of sexy and accepting people. Transformation. Once you step onto the stage as a drag king, you enter a world where anything is possible. You can strut, dance, lip sync, or perform comedy routines to captivate the audience and express yourself in ways that may not be possible in everyday life. George Saint says, if you told me 6 months ago that I'd be dancing for an audience as a drag king, complete with chiseled features, binding, and phallic packing, I would have laughed. Being a seasoned stage performer, the rehearsal, creation, and performance of Kings of Joy has been for me a revelation in what I'll allow myself to get away with when performing in a mask. Quite a lot, it turns out. Danica creates a space where it is safe to explore masculinity in its many forms. And performing this cheeky, masculine side of myself has been hella empowering. Ways of expressing yourself that have rarely been let out to find a new place to be celebrated and loved. Your first time on stage as a drag king can be euphoric, exhilarating, and with your bros by your side, you leave knowing yourself as unstoppable, at home in your own skin. Lord Quill III said, I've always had insecurity with battling my masculine and feminine side. As a non-binary person, it's incredibly tough. Having a chance to fully explore not only my masculine side, but my sexy side too, was an amazing opportunity, and I can never forget my first time on stage. Danica is the greatest teacher I could have asked for starting something like this. She was so affirming and welcoming to me as a trans masc person and acknowledged my experiences with dysphoria and discomfort with how I express myself. She helped me give life to the person I always knew I could be. So challenging gender. Being a drag king in and of itself is a form of activism by raising awareness of the diversity of gender and challenging traditional and often constraining gender roles. These roles constrain everyone who is governed by them and raised from childhood within these limited and unfulfilling ideals of what the binary genders should be. By performing in drag, you are asserting your right to be whoever you want to be, regardless of where you are from. Nawab, Lord Lestrange, says, as someone who is new to the country and is still establishing themselves, I was happy to find a strong sense of community within our little group. I come from a background and circumstances that make me deeply appreciative of this sense of belongingness that I felt. Regardless of who you are, Maggot Banks says, watching myself rock out and perform was so surreal, and I honestly felt so sexy, empowered, and proud. I am so grateful for how much more confident I feel in my body and in my abilities. Danica has a magical way of coaching you along this beautiful gender journey. It wasn't exactly what I thought I needed, as I was comfortable prescribing to she, her pronouns. The exploration into masculinity and what it looks like to us and what it could look like was profound and meaningful. And oftentimes we got to have a good laugh about it as well. And regardless of societal expectations. So here's Clit Angel, who says, before Kings of Joy, I always felt shame in my masculinity. As a trans femme, there is a societal expectation on how you are meant to express your gender. Freeing myself from that expectation and reclaiming my masculine side on my terms has been life-changing. I know cliched, but it really has. Going beyond where you'd normally stop. Some kings have not been on the stage for many, many years, and some have had zero stage experience. And it really takes something to go beyond where you've gone before. Something within yourself. That's an inside job. So whether being a drag king has been a secret desire or a socials only experience or just something you've always wanted to do, it takes a leap of faith, but the rewards are tenfold. BJ Shovett says, I've always liked drag, but I could never picture myself even attempting to be a drag king, no matter how many tutorials I saved or performance ideas I'd imagined. I signed up after attending Drag Kingdom in a fit of anxious adrenaline, half hoping I wouldn't hear back. That panicked sign up was one of the best things I've done. Kings of Joy, true to name, brings so much joy and warmth to the world. Danica has a way of gently but firmly encouraging you to bypass your nerves and unlock your true royal self. I never considered myself a performer or a dancer, but I guess I am now. Being a king has made me feel closer to my queer community, to my body, and to my own divine sense of masculinity. Sometimes you're scared for a reason. Sometimes you're scared because you're scared of trying and failing, scared of hoping for a thing and getting pushed back. If you're in the latter camp like I was, I want to reassure you, you're in good hands. You deserve your crown. Beautifully said. And given you made the whole thing up, you literally invented your drag king persona, you now get to keep it forever or tweak it or throw it out and start again. It's completely up to you. Overall, being a first-time drag king can be an exhilarating and transformative experience that opens up brand new opportunities for self-expression, creativity, and connection. Transmission says, after completing the Kings of Joy program with Danica, you will be so ready and raring to perform again and again. You will also join an amazing community of kings that Danica and Queens of Joy have created, all there to support you and gas you up on your journey into further gender fuckery and performance art. I have found confidence in drag makeup, inspiration and motivation for future performances, and a renewed love for performing. Life-changing. Participating in a group of drag kings certainly changed the course of my life, and it has for others too. Cyberprince says, Kings of Joy All-Stars was one of the best experiences I have had in my life. Let's say that again. Kings of Joy All-Stars was one of the best experiences I have had in my life. Still a baby queer, I first saw a drag king perform in early 2021 and just knew I want to do that. Kings of Joy All-Stars has helped me feel more comfortable in my own skin, my queer identity, and helped me meet an amazing community of people. So no matter where you are at in your life as an LGBTQIA+ person, getting access to a community of people who lift each other up, who can make the world of difference. Life becomes about already belonging, already being connected, and already being part of a community. From that foundation, anything really is possible. Bo Radley says, it's been an incredible experience. It's been amazing to be in my body in a way that you don't often get to be, especially as I'm going home to tell my parents in Canada that I identify as queer. I'm not out to them yet. So it's been a really amazing experience to be with other people sharing that. And it's been such a safe place to belong rather than fit in. If you resonate with that, I'd say do it. Sign up and try Kings of Joy and see if you can find a place to belong rather than fit in. If you'd like to explore being a drag king and you like the sound of doing it in a group, then go to www.danicalani.com/kings-of-joy. So kings-of-joy. You can see that on the next slide. Lots of love. So bad.